हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू द ONGC मॉक इंटरव्यू सेशंस। गाइस, ये पूरी सीरीज है इंटरव्यू सेशंस की, ताकि आप सभी स्टूडेंट्स जो ONGC के इंटरव्यू की प्रिपरेशंस कर रहे हैं, आप लोगों को इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस पता लगे, पैटर्न पता लगे और ये समझ में आए कि किस तरह से तैयारी करके जानी है। हर इंटरव्यू सेशंस के एंड में हम हर स्टूडेंट को फीडबैक भी दे रहे हैं। और गाइस, ये सब फीडबैक ना सिर्फ उन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए है, बल्कि आप लोगों के लिए भी है जो ONGC की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं। ऑब्वियसली 180 प्लस स्टूडेंट्स को इंटरव्यू के लिए कॉल आया है। सबका मॉक इंटरव्यू तो नहीं ले सकते, बट हम ट्राई कर रहे हैं कि लगभग 20 से 30 स्टूडेंट्स का हम मॉक इंटरव्यू कर पाए। तो गाइस, ये उसी सीरीज के कुछ इंटरव्यूज है। आई वांट कि आप ध्यान से इसे सुनना, पेन एंड पेपर लेके बैठना और जो भी क्वेश्चंस हम स्टूडेंट से पूछ रहे हैं, एटलीस्ट उन सारे क्वेश्चंस का आंसर आपके पास हो। और जो भी टिप्स एंड फीडबैक हम स्टूडेंट्स को दे रहे हैं, आप उन सारी टिप्स पे काम करो, उन सारे फीडबैक पे काम करो, ताकि आपका डेफिनेटली सिलेक्शन हो जाए। ऑल द बेस्ट, लेट्स स्टार्ट द इंटरव्यू।
So currently we are discussing about the ONGC interview, and with me we have Ankush Gupta sir, a name in the chemical engineering from the last 13 years, and we have our aspirant Lokesh, who is having an ONGC interview on 16th of April, that is on Wednesday. So welcome Ankush sir to the interview session,
Thank you, sir.
and welcome Lokesh to the interview session.
Thank you.
So Lokesh, um, I would like you to introduce yourself first of all, and then we can proceed for the interview.
Yes. Myself, Lokesh. Actually, I passed out my BTech Chemical Engineering in 2023 from Anna University, Chennai. I am currently working in a EPC sector in a company, Petrofac, which predominantly working on the oil and gas upstream. We are providing. We are basically service provider for EPCs.
You are currently doing a job.
Yes, sir.
Job where?
In Chennai itself.
No, company name.
Petrofac.
Petro
Fact.
Petrofac. Okay, in Petrofac as
Yes.
at which position?
Graduate engineer.
Graduate engineer training. So what is your role in that company?
Actually, currently I am preparing process and process flow diagram and the PNAD for the oil and gas industries, and then reviewing the documents
You are
by
not
the
audible at all.
contractors and the
You are
licensors.
not audible at all. Speak loudly.
Uh, Actually, I am currently supporting the activities like piping and instrumentation diagram and the process flow diagrams, and generating the process in the Aspen HYSYS and optimization the process using the simulation softwares, and then depressurizing the systems while the fire scenario is found in the plant.
Okay.
These are the activities.
On which simulation software you are working on right now?
Aspen HYSYS.
Aspen HYSYS. So you learned Aspen HYSYS in the company, or you know it before?
Actually, I studied the Aspen plus the beginners course level from the NPTEL during the college days. Then detailed thing is I studied here itself in company.
Okay. So currently you are using Aspen HYSYS for the
Yes, sir. Like depressuring the system. If there is any fire cases, find out in our plant.
repeat, pardon.
If there is some fire case because of any pool fire or jet fire,
If there is
something in the
some
plant.
fire, you are talking about
Yes, sir.
fire. Okay, if there
Yes,
is
sir.
some fire taking place in the plant,
At time we have to depressurize the system so that there won't be any escalation of the fire to the vessel as well as to the personnel working there.
you are saying that we have to depressurize the vessel so that their
Yes, sir.
fire would not happen.
Not fire would happen. The fire's effect will be reduced. It won't reach to the adjacent equipments, and it won't spread over the other
Chances of
equipments
fire
and to
get
the
reduced.
customers.
Chances of fire
Yes,
get reduced if you depressurize the vessel.
yes, sir.
Which vessel we are talking about here?
Like three-phase separators, even the big line pipelines, everything we have to depressurize.
And these vessel containing what?
Our hydrocarbons usually.
Hydrocarbons.
Yes,
Hydrocarbons means crude oil or its products.
yeah, we have currently in our project it's purely a gas system,
What?
gas systems,
Gas systems.
heavy light gases, C1 to C4.
C1 to C4. Methane, ethane,
Yes,
propane, butane.
yes, sir.
Okay. And these gases, when stored in the vessels, okay,
Yes,
obviously those vessels are the pressure vessels because they
yes,
have
sir.
to withstand the pressure applied by the gases. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So those vessels that you are using, those vessels are thin vessels or thick vessels?
Thick vessels, sir.
Thick vessels. How much thick?
Yes,
What is the thickness of them?
nearly 1.5 inches.
1.5 inches.
Yes,
And what material they are construct of? Material of construction?
carbon steel.
Carbon steel.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, great, Lokesh. Now tell me about your initial days, like in the BTech, from where you graduated, from where you did the internship, and what is your BTech project?
Actually, I done my BTech from the Anna University, Chennai. I did my internship in cement, Ramco cement factory, which is basically the production of the cement, various kinds and various grades based on the strength it has to withstand. And my final year project is based on the research study, which is mainly the extraction of the fucoxanthin, which is a biomedical component. Extraction of that fucoxanthin from the sargassum brown algae species using the modern techniques. Like modern techniques in the sense that we are using the subject the brown algae to microwave radiations and ultrasonic waves, so that the extraction rate will be quite quick.
Okay, you need to repeat the project title basically. What is the title of the project? Extraction of
Extraction of fucoxanthin from sargassum
fugose,
species.
fugose,
Fucoxanthin,
fico,
Fuco, fucoxanthin, Xanthin, xanthin, fucoxanthin,
frecoxanthate.
fucoxanthin, thin,
Okay. From
sargassum species.
okay. So what you did in the project?
Actually, from the uh, as usual, the brown algae is collected from the sea, so it is usually come along with the contaminants like soils and other green algae. Some phytoplanktons will be along with that. So we have to clean it. Then we have to dry it under the dark areas. Without the usually it would be better. It is in the sunshade. Then we have to dry it and then make it powder. Then that powder is dissolved in the suitable solvent, which is usually this since the fucoxanthin is a oleophilic component, it is better to if we dissolve it in oils like the vegetables oils or the fish oils. Then we subject it to the microwave radiation, or else we can go with the ultrasonic waves, which will break down the cell wall of that brown algae and which will extract the fucoxanthin which is present inside the cells. And we have to purify in the downstream process, like either we have to use the vacuum distillation or rotary evaporator, so that we can separate the fucoxanthin from that solvent, and we can use the solvent again and again.
Okay. So what is the purpose? The only purpose is to extract that frecoxaline from the solvent. That is the only purpose.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So what is
And
the
then
use
optimizing the type,
optimizing the
energy consumption, sir.
Where
And
is the
we
energy
are
consumption taking place?
usually energy optimization is done during the downstream processes, because while we are usually earlier in the earlier projects they used the ethanol and methanol, since it has a very low organic low boiling point. It is usually there are a lot of loss, vapor loss during the rotary evaporation. Since if we use the oil, it has a higher boiling point, so that it won't escape from our system. So that this is the, we have some optimized energy, and we have prevent the major losses during the recovery of the fucosandin from the solvent. Then again, honestly, we have quicked the process, since if earlier times they have take it the natural way, and it take around 2 days, 3 days to extract the component. Whereas if we are subjecting it to the ultrasonic waves or the microwave radiation, we can extract the same thing within 2 to 5 minutes.
So basic idea is the optimization that you are talking about, that
Yes,
the solvent initially gets evaporated because of its low boiling point, but this
yes,
time the solvent that you are using having a higher boiling point, and that doesn't gets evaporated, and that
yes, sir.
vapor loss, that loss due to the vaporization is now controlled, and that is the main
Yes,
energy saving we have in this.
yes.
So do we use this commercially or just in the lab?
Actually, we can scale up it to the pilot plant, but it has the higher
It is
cost.
being used commercially anywhere?
No, sir.
No.
Actually, as of now, they have only the samples alone. They have there. It is not commercial based, because it's even the 1 milligram costs around 6,000 rupees. So it's very costly. So as of now, it's not commercial based.
So that means the solvent that were used before, even if they vaporize, still they are cheaper.
No, sir. It's 1 milligram is around the 6,000.
No,
One
no, no.
milligram of fucosandin itself.
I'm talking about that you are saying that it is not used commercially. This extraction process is not used commercially.
Yes, sir. Not to a large extent. It's only a very small scale.
That is what I'm
Even if we
asking.
are
The reason behind that, that it is not used commercially, this extraction process.
yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Ankush sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So, Lokesh, I was hearing as you just mentioned your job experience and something. So,
Yes.
first thing I want to ask, have you prepared any subject specifically for this interview?
No, sir. Not specifically to this.
Okay, so if I ask you your favorite subject, two favorite subject, so what will be those?
And mass transfer and the chemical reaction engineering, as
Mass
per our
answer and
curriculum. Chemical reaction engineering.
chemical reaction engineering. Okay, so we will go to that part. So if I ask,
Okay.
like you were sharing about the fire explosion and depressurization of the vessels and all. So if I ask a few questions related to process safety and some hazards and all these, so you are fine with that from your
Yes, sir.
plant?
No,
Okay.
sir. This is not directly related to our process safety.
Yeah, no, not directly related, but how much your job experience is there?
1.5 years.
1.5 year.
Yeah.
So that is quite enough to understand the basic guidelines of process and safety in any plant.
Yes.
Because GC also, the process safety and the plant safety is very. Yeah. So I will ask a few basic questions. So my
No.
first question is, do you have any idea about the safety integrity levels, SIL?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can you
Actually, the safety integrity. Yeah,
can
the
you
safety integrity
explain
level
in brief?
usually. The safety integrity level is basically like how much we are still rating is basically the thing we used in the process safety. because how credible the particular safety equipment or the safety instrument is. Suppose if there is some level instrument is there in a particular separator or any level measuring thing, how much credible it is, because if we consider like in the level, because of there is a continuous flow upstream and downstream, there will be a flow, there will be always some wave formation in the thing, or else there will be some instrumentation failure also happens. So we have to accommodate that, and we cannot always credibly depend upon the single instrumentation. So always we require two or more instrumentation for the critical stopping of the equipment from the action. So here the safety integrity level come into place, where we have to surely depend upon the multiple equipments. If there is it's a very critical equipment, then we can go for like we are providing the three instrumentation for measuring the same levels. Out of that, if two level instruments giving the alarm, then we can take actions. If
Okay,
there is
okay.
only one action, we
Fine,
cannot
fine.
go there.
Just leave. It's okay. So you know that. So just tell me one thing.
Yes, sir.
From SIL level 1 to 4, what is the meaning of 1, 2, 3, and 4 in one
Actually,
line?
it again, yeah, the one will be the most severe one, and whereas seal rating 4 will be the least one. Again, it depends from our client to client. Even some clients will say that seal 1 will be the most severe. In some clients, seal 4 will be the most severe one. It depends upon the company.
Okay. So when we talk about the pressure vessels, so
Yes.
which device or disk they use for depressurization? What is the method?
Disk, disk in the sense, what are you asking? Like what type of disk in the sense? For
Like, suppose, for example, if I ask you about the difference between PSV and a rupture disk, then
Ah, this is not related to that depressurization abilities. This is pressure safety devices which are we are
yeah,
talking about. Yeah, PSV we can use it again and again. If there is some set pressure, we are above that maximum allowable working pressure, above which is the pressure going inside that vessel. The PSV will pop up, and once the set point is again controlled into our set point level, it will again pop down so that the process can again continue. Whereas in the ruptured disk, once if the rupture is disk is ruptured, we have to again replace the new ruptured disk. This is the while PSV is sometimes there may be some pressure because of the pressure drop, it will some malfunction. For the very severe and critical equipments, we usually prefer the rupture disk instead of the pressure safety ones.
wonderful. So one thing I can definitely say that you, in these 1.5 years, you learn many things in your job, and that is very, very good. Okay. So if let me ask you one or two questions from your basic subjects.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So if I ask you a question related to pipelines and pressure drop, you are fine with that?
Yes, sir. Right.
So can you explain how we can calculate the pressure drop across the pipeline in any process plant?
First of all, we have some line sizing criteria to fix the what is
No,
the size
not
of that
from
particular line.
industrial point of view. I'm asking just the working principle, the basic principle which we can use. For example, continuity equation, Bernoulli equation, like this.
Yeah, for the pressure drop, we usually use the 𝐂𝐻 equation for calculating a pressure drop per unit length. For that, we need the fluid properties like its velocity, viscosity, then how much length we have that pipeline.
But if there is any, if the flow is not laminar, then
Then we have the Blase's formula,
sorry, which equation?
Blase's equation.
Blassius equations.
Yes.
Don't you know about the Darcy-Weisbach equation?
Yeah, yes, sir. That also I know. Blase's equation.
I think we use that now for the pressure drop
Yeah, yes, sir.
calculation.
Yes, sir. Actually, yeah, for the basic level, we use the Darcy-Weisbach equation.
Yeah, working principle I'm asking. Okay. So from mass transfer and CRE, what should I ask? Can you tell me the concept of mass transfer coefficient? Why we
Yes, sir.
use
Like
mass transfer coefficient instead of diffusion coefficient?
yes, diffusion coefficient, like if you are saying that theoretically the diffusion coefficient is only depends how much, what is the diffusivity of that particular component in the, let's say a component A is diffusing into the B, it only speaks about what is its diffusivity, irrespective of how much length it travels. Whereas if we consider the mass transfer coefficient, this is that's why we use K is equal to D by delta, or that what's the length of the mass transfer. It will accommodate that how much distance it travels, and other factors like what is the effect of temperature. Everything will come into that mass transfer coefficient as a together single terminology.
Okay, wonderful. So it's good. You are quite confident. Sir, can I give some feedback? Or we should wait if I like?
Just 1 minute, sir.
Huh.
Lokesh, actually, I want to
Yes,
ask
sir.
one thing from you. Tell me
Yes,
about
sir.
the ONGC Energy Center Trust.
I currently not aware about that trust regarding.
Okay, कोई बात नहीं, no issue. No issue. Tell me about the recent global methane initiative taken by the ONGC.
And that also I am not aware. Global methane.
You haven't gone through the details of ONGC, the website of ONGC?
I went through some of the things, not about this.
Okay, so must read about it. Must go through the website.
Okay.
It's Global Methane Initiative. Must search about this and must read about the ONGC Energy Center Trust, the ONGC R&D facilities, where they are located, and what projects they are handling. Okay, it is important because they can ask about the ONGC company also.
Okay.
So yes, Ankur sir, you can give feedback. Then I will give my feedback, and then we can conclude.
So one thing I would say, Lokesh, like you have a very good job experience, and we can understand that from your answers that you were quite serious and sincere during your working time in that company. Okay, so use this thing as your advantage. Like if they ask you, for example, in interview, if they ask you something like what are your strengths or weaknesses or something like this, by chance if they ask any such question, or why we should hire you, or otherwise they can ask you something like what you will bring to us in our organization. If we select you, so what is our benefit? So you can use this thing as your advantage. Sir, I was here for around 1.5 years, and I was very sincere, honest in my work. So if you wish, you can ask anything from, don't offer, but I'm just telling you this, okay? Don't offer them to ask you anything, okay? So they can ask you anything related to your job experience, so you can easily answer that, okay? So don't hesitate, and be calm just like you are doing, but do one small improvement while giving any answer. Try to have a smile on your face. Okay, like see, you have quite a beautiful smile and cheering face. So, and you are giving every answer with very serious face. That's not a. If you have a smiley face, so it is good. Okay. Even if we do even a slight mistake in body language, so or some inappropriate gesture by chance we do, so these things covered before our smile. So that's why it's good to wear a smile always. Okay. And second thing, don't say no for anything. Like when I ask you that have you prepared any subject, or you if I can ask you anything related to your process safety, so your first thing was no, but then you said yes, so means it is contradictory.
No.
If you are saying no, then stick to the no. But if you want to say yes, if you have that confidence, ki I can answer even at least 7 question out of 10, I can answer. You have that confidence, so that
Yeah.
then say yes. Okay, don't contradict yourself. It is quite a oxymoronic stuff, है ना?
No.
And one last thing I would say, that in interview they are not expecting कि you will answer all the questions.
No.
They expect in every interview कि whatever answer you are giving, that should be crystal clear and perfect. Even if
No.
you are giving only 6 or 7 answers out of 10, but those should be
No.
absolutely clear and perfect.
No.
Okay, and be little bit when you are giving your answer, so you मतलब, keep your tempo little bit slow. You
No.
were in between, you were going quite fast, so it was very
No.
difficult for us to understand the things.
No.
Okay, so this
Sure.
is my feedback. Rest is up to you, sir.
That's the same feedback, Lokesh, I want to give, because your interview is in Delhi. So there are
Okay.
chances that the panel may be from the North India side. Okay. So they can
Okay.
understand, but maybe there is some barrier, like what you are saying, like when I'm listening to you, I need to listen to you very, you can say closely and very clearly. For that, I many times I said that repeat, repeat. Maybe that panel won't say. Okay. So
Okay.
have a little slow tempo and be clear. And be clear about your words. What are you saying? Okay,
Okay.
don't just talk like you are talking to your family or you're talking to your friends. Don't just talk like this. Okay, because in
Okay.
that case, there your family can understand, because all of you are speaking in the same way. But because you are in the interview, whatever you are saying, each and every word must be clear. Okay.
No.
Second thing, I want to say that your knowledge of project is very good. Okay, whatever you said, whatever
Oh.
you answers from the project questions, basically, that is just amazing. Okay,
Okay.
about your job part, okay, you have the knowledge, what are you doing? So that is your strong part.
No.
So in your
No.
introduction, my suggestion is you must mention about your project and your
No.
job, whatever the experience that you have, you mention that, so that you can
Okay.
mold the interview towards that direction, because that is your strong part. If the
Yes.
interviewer asks you from the project side or from the job side, then that is your strong area. Okay, and if
No.
the interview started in that manner, then there are good amount of chances for you to get clear. Okay, because
No.
when they to the technical side now, they can ask anything. The range
No.
is very wide. But if they ask from
No.
you from project side or from the job side, then the range is narrow and you can easily handle their queries. Okay, so
No.
these are your strong side. Include these two things in your project, in your introduction,
No.
so that you start from these two things only. Rest, you
No.
are confident. Okay, and I like you.
Okay.
Okay, and
No.
just I want to say all the best to you for the interview.
Okay. Thank you.
And
Uh,
must listen all the other mock interviews also. They will publish
No.
every day, so must listen to them. You will get some new
No.
questions from them also. Okay,
No. Okay.
and always have the
Thank
smile.
you. Okay. Thank you.
All the best, Lokesh.
all the best.
Okay. Thank
You can leave
you.
now.
Okay.
Oh,
सो गाइज आई होप आपको इंटरव्यू के अंदर सब कुछ समझ में आया होगा, सब क्वेश्चंस आपने नोट कर लिए होंगे और जो फीडबैक हमने स्टूडेंट्स को दिया है वो फीडबैक भी आपने नोट कर लिया होगा। आई जस्ट वांट कि आप एक एक इंटरव्यू को सीरियसली लो और जो भी बातें बच्चों को बताई जा रही है आप उन सब बातों पे अमल करो और डेफिनेटली आप भी ओएनजीसी के इंटरव्यू में सक्सेस हासिल करो। आप सबकी नॉलेज के लिए मैं बता दूं कि 11th अप्रैल से लेके 13th अप्रैल तक अनअकैडमी का स्पेशल लर्निंग सीरीज फेस्टिवल स्टार्ट हो गया है। तो आप सभी हमारे प्रोफाइल्स में जाइए, आपको हमारी स्पेशल क्लासेस मिल जाएगी लर्निंग सीरीज के अंदर और आपको डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टॉपिक्स को सीखने का मौका मिलेगा। सो गाइस, डोंट मिस दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी टू लर्न फ्रॉम योर फेवरेट एजुकेटर्स एंड दैट टू फॉर फ्री। तो फ्री क्लासेस रहेगी। आई वांट कि आप सारी क्लासेस जरूर अटेंड करो। एंड गाइस उससे भी बड़ी चीज, अगर आप PSU 2025, PSU 2026, गेट 2026, गेट 2027 या PSU 2027 की प्रिपरेशन करना चाहते हो, आप सेकंड ईयर में हो, थर्ड ईयर में हो, फोर्थ ईयर में हो, ड्रॉपर हो, जॉब कर रहे हो, मास्टर्स कर रहे हो, घर बैठे आपको प्रॉपर गाइडेंस के साथ, क्वालिटी कंटेंट के साथ गेट एंड PSU की प्रिपरेशन करवाई जाएगी। और उसके लिए अनअकैडमी ने एक बहुत अमेजिंग ऑफर लॉन्च किया है, जिसमें आपको 60% ऑफ प्रोवाइड किया जा रहा है। जी हाँ, आपने बिल्कुल ठीक सुना। अगर आप कोड यूज करते हो अंकुर 073, तो आपको गाइस 60% डिस्काउंट मिलेगा सभी गेट एंड PSU के सब्सक्रिप्शन पे। और जो प्राइजेस शायद ऑफलाइन इंस्टीट्यूट्स में लैक्स ऑफ रुपीज होता है, वही गेट कोचिंग आपको 1 ईयर के लिए 9,999 में, और वही गेट कोचिंग आपको 2 इयर्स के लिए 16,999 के अंदर प्रोवाइड की जाएगी। तो गाइस आई वांट कि आप इस अपॉर्चुनिटी को मिस मत करो, और हमारी गाइडेंस में, मेरी गाइडेंस में आज ही सब्सक्राइब करके अपनी जो जर्नी है वो शुरू करो। डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब, ऑफर एंड्स टुमारो। तो गाइस इससे पहले कि ऑफर एंड हो, तो आप पहले ही सब्सक्राइब करके अपनी जो जर्नी है वो मेरे साथ स्टार्ट करो। आज से नए बैचेस स्टार्ट हो गए हैं, और उन नए बैचेस में एनरोल करके आप अपनी जर्नी की शुरुआत कर सकते हो। एंड गाइस ये मेरा टेलीग्राम चैनल है, अगर आपने अभी तक ज्वाइन नहीं किया है तो जरूर ज्वाइन कर लेना। सारी अपडेट्स केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग की आपको इसी टेलीग्राम चैनल पर मिलेगी। द लिंक इज t.me/ankurlive। इट इज अवेलेबल इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑल्सो। एंड ये हमारे सिलेक्शंस है 2025 के। हर साल की तरह 2025 में भी हमारा रिजल्ट अमेजिंग रहा है। ये हमारे सिलेक्शंस है 2024 के, और रिपीट किया हमने इस परफॉर्मेंस को 2025 में। ये हमारे सिलेक्शंस है NPCL 2024 के, ये हमारे सिलेक्शंस है IOCL 2024 के। सो गाइस ईयर बाय ईयर हमारे सिलेक्शंस है 2023 गेट के टॉप 30 स्टूडेंट्स की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ। तो ईयर बाय ईयर हम अपने सिलेक्शंस को रिपीट करते जा रहे हैं, इंप्रूव करते जा रहे हैं, बेहतर बनाते जा रहे हैं। तो आप भी इस कड़ी में जुड़ सकते हो, और अपनी जर्नी शुरू करके अपने आप को सक्सेस की राह तक लेके जा सकते हो। सो आज का सब्सक्रिप्शन आपके लिए कल का सिलेक्शन साबित हो सकता है, इसीलिए डोंट वेट, बिकॉज हमारे यहाँ पे जो कंटेंट है वो मजेदार भी है और असरदार भी है। एंड गाइस द मोस्ट आइकॉनिक डुओ ऑफ द केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग इज नाउ बैक, और पूरी केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग की स्टडीज आप देख सकते हो एक्सपीरियंस एजुकेटर्स के अंडर में आपको प्रिपेयर करने का मौका मिलेगा। साथ ही साथ मनीष राजपूत सर एंड देवेंद्र पुनिया सर इज ऑल्सो देयर इन द प्लेटफॉर्म, जो कि आपको सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ाते रहेंगे। तो चारों फैकल्टीज मिलकर आपको केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग की कंप्लीट कोचिंग यहाँ पर प्रोवाइड करने वाले हैं, जिससे कि हर समय सारे सब्जेक्ट्स लाइव कोई ना कोई एजुकेटर पढ़ा रहा होता है। तो आपके पास लाइव पढ़ने का मौका है, आपके पास रिकॉर्डेड पढ़ने का मौका है। डोंट मिस दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी। यूज द कोड अंकुश 073 एंड बिगिन योर जर्नी नाउ। एंड गाइस जो लोग अभी तक जिन्होंने मुझे फॉलो नहीं किया है अनअकैडमी प्लेटफॉर्म पे, आप इस बार कोड को स्कैन करके मुझे फॉलो कर सकते हो। एंड अगर आप मुझे नहीं जानते तो मैं आपको बता देता हूं, अंकुर बंसल HOD ऑफ द केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग। और गाइस आई एम मास्टर्स फ्रॉम IIT दिल्ली, और इस फील्ड में लास्ट 13 ईयर से हूं। दिस इज माय 13th गेट ईयर, and these are the subjects that I teach. So don't miss this opportunity to learn the chemical engineering under my guidance. Use the code Ankur 073 and begin your journey. और ONGC के सारे mock interview sessions को जरूर सुनना, और make notes and then follow. All the best guys. Let's crack it.